Good evening, everybody, and welcome to The Rewind, the show where we go back a few days and cover the most recent event from Imperial Wrestling Federation, which, of course, was Reign of Terror, and what a show it was. And here tonight to discuss it with me it's the man himself, the legendary, the one and only Colin Barker. Good evening, genius.
Evening, DJB. I'm all headsetted up tonight, getting ready to all the rewind. And there was plenty of shenanigans this weekend, wasn't there, Sunshine?
Plenty of shenanigans. Oh, you're looking very professional tonight with the it looks like a proper commentator's headset.
Well, try to do a professional job. I always like to do the professional job because I know when you're sat next to me or Taylor's sat next to me, all I'm going to do is keep you two calm because Taylor is a crackerjack. And you, when you get DJB, there's no stopping you.
Oh, I know. Taylor gets very passionate when he's on the mic. I've heard him. It's crazy.
All,
Um,
all I'll say is get the Patreon, then you hear what he says on commentary.
yes, I can tell you, and I'm going to tell you all right now. No matter what we're doing at 9 p.m. tonight, Reign of Terror will be available on the IWF Patreon, available for you all to go and watch at your own discretion. But what a night it was, Colin. It was full of twists, turns, surprises. But we started off with a very strong and passionate message from Walker, the Big Brev.
Yeah,
Letting us all know. Yeah, letting us all know that. Yeah. Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, Brev got injured a couple of shows ago when Persona decided to knock 7 bells out of his leg. And he just hasn't recovered yet. And, while he was in the ring, very impassioned. And it was like, I really want to see him get back in there and close his fist and punch it down someone's throat.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we found out he was there to tell us that he would not be participating in that St. Benedict's Rumble. But he did have a replacement, young Jakob. What a pick. What an athlete that young lad is. But right now, Colin, we do have a very special guest to go into a little bit more detail on how he's feeling right now. It is the Big Brev himself. It is Walker Wall Street.
Doctor's orders. I am in my bed resting, but I'm not sleepy. I've had a lovely bit of food today, and it still is the world of good.
What'd you have?
I had a nice Brev box
Brev
from
box?
GDK, mate. That's where.
Ooh, nice. I know we've got some GDK fans watching.
Oh, yes.
Right. Only one question I've got for you, Brev. How are you doing and when you're coming back?
Honestly, I can't say when I'm going to be coming back. You know, Persona, when I had that opportunity, like I said, in the ring at our last show, it's hit and miss at the moment because, I'm trying my best to rest up and not do as much walking and put as much strain on my knee as possible, but all I can do is go by my recovery from doctor's orders. There's nothing else I can do right now. It's just a time will tell.
I mean,
I can tell.
I'm hoping and praying that you do get some well-needed rest and relaxation, and we see you back in the IWF ring as soon as possible. I've got one question for you, Walker. I was getting my head caved in that ring, and I just happened to glance over and see you there. Why didn't you do anything? Come on, Brad.
I had a conversation. I was itching to get in there, but I had a conversation with you 2 days prior to the show, and you told me you would have to let me go if I was to interfere within any matches because I would put myself in more danger, in more harm, and it's all down to you. But I really wanted to get in there and kick 10 bells and crap out of them, but no, you told me no, so I'm sticking by my rules and your rules. No.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough.
Just think. you getting your head kicked in a little bit, but you did get a few slugs in there, and I loved it. A fighting GM, that's what we need.
No,
Right.
it hurt.
I'm going to cut you both off here. Now, Walker, it's okay for DJB to tell you not get in the ring. But then when he doesn't take his own advice and gets in the ring.
This is it. This is it.
Talk about that later.
But, you know, we don't know what the future holds anyway for the Big Brev. You know, one day I will return. Well, I'd like to hope I will return. But unfortunately, I can possibly guarantee that, unfortunately, I will be in attendance for next show, but in the audience again.
Look,
There's nothing I would rather rest up and then, you know, the one and only Colin Barker gets to see me kick 10 bells of crap at whoever gets in that ring with me when I finally return.
look, Brev, just you get well. I've got a very good story to tell you about doing what the doctors tell you. I had my oncologist ring me yesterday. I had an ultrasound a month ago on the area where I had my cancer 8 years ago, and she came back and says everything is clear, everything is fine. So do as the doctor's orders. 8 years clear now. I'm so happy. Yesterday was a marquee day for me. So every year you get your annual checkup. Just do as the doctors tell you. They know what they're doing. Me and you, Brett, we don't have a blooming clue. We just do as you're told. And that's something you should do, DJB. Do as you're told.
I fall over my own shadow, I can't lie.
That's a big shadow, though.
It's a big shadow. Depends where the sun's shining, right? But you know,
I'll talk about where the sun's shining, okay?
I don't know where you were going there, DJB, but I was going for the yellow card at that point.
One day I will get my revenge on Persona. One day I will get my revenge on the Detriment. It doesn't matter if they've got a belt. I just want that bittersweet moment to watch them all crumble, all cry, all squirm into a corner. We all know that Persona's scared of us. Come on. He belittled me. He didn't think I was worthy of fighting him for that belt. I proved everyone wrong. And he just happened to so cheat to win. You know, I can't even fault the ref. We all knew what Persona was going to do, but the ref has to stick to his guns and see what's best for the match and the fans and make sure everything's called down the middle. If someone comes out of that curtain, he has to get rid of them. But unfortunately, at that time, you know, he went to heaven and hell and he was out. He was gone. Rumour has it a fan sprained their wrist from hitting that mat so hard to prove a point that I should have been the champion. But I'm not. And I'm not going to dwell on it because I know in my mind and the fans' mind, I won. And now he's scared. He's backing himself into a corner and he's a coward.
Well, he is backed into a corner. And I think he's got a hell of a tag team coming for him. And that's absolutely fine because DJB decided, well, if you're going to uneven the odds, so is he. And that's what he did. And I'm proud of him for doing that. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-on-1, really. But
it would have been better if it was a fatal four-way and the Big Brev was inside that ring as well, right?
Well, all you got to do is get better. Buy DJB, you know, a few ice creams, and you're away. You're in there. No problem.
Clean bill of health and a doctor's signature saying that you are cleared to wrestle. That's what I need to see.
Well, that Alfie Jackson, but a good one.
No.
Yeah, Dr. Quackenfart. Yeah, we know all about him. It's a bit like Brian. You know, I found out last week that Brian's got a new dog. Did you know? Did you know?
I knew.
No, he did. You knew, yeah. Yeah, it's his guide dog, sponsored by Specsavers. Certain things he doesn't say. Absolutely. It's absolutely true.
We need to do a thorough search for a new referee to watch near commentary. That's what we need. We need like CCTV with lasers or something to stop this man.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
DJB had another referee, and how did that pan out?
Exactly. And we'll find out later on how that panned out. But now
I've got an idea how I could possibly be in that match. You could make me a special guest referee.
that wouldn't be right.
I'm not wrestling, Brev.
No, that wouldn't be right, Walker.
Fine.
And
I'll watch.
You know it wouldn't be.
Let's be honest. They're not even going to need me to ref. Them two are going to kick the crap out of him, and one of them's going to be a new champion. Simple.
Hopefully.
It's going to be Johnny Thunder or Johnny Flashback, and I don't care who it is, but at least one of them.
It'll be King Johnny, won't it?
There's only one way to find out, and we will find out hopefully at the gauntlet. That's if I've got to go and look at the poll soon, because remember there is a poll on the page as to whether this match is even going to take place, thanks to the board and thanks to complaints by Hybrid and Alpha Jackson.
But it's looking good, Brev.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Big Brev, thank you very, very much for coming on the Rewind, talking with us, talking with the fans, letting us all know how you are. Is there anything you'd like to say before I usher you off and we get into the meat and potatoes of Reign of Terror?
The meat and potatoes. GDKs. I think I could do with another one, you know. Put my feet up, another GDKs, watch a telly, and a nice beer in hand. But no, it doesn't matter anyway. My final words aren't for anybody else other than Persona. A wise man once told me, eyes in the back of your head, and it will be okay.
I like that. Thank you very much, Walker.
Night night, sunshine. Enjoy your rest and recuperation.
Wow, you know what? I actually did get a little bit of a tingle when he said that there, because I know exactly where he got it from. Very strong words by the Big Brev there. As we lead into a very strong event, because what a night it was, Colin. Lots of great matches.
Yeah. Well, it was banger after banger after banger, as an Irish wrestler would say.
Yes, and we did start off with Danny Kay and Summer Rain teaming up to take on Sulfruna, and who we would then find out to be her partner, Jakob. Oh, what a duo. We are going to watch a few highlights from that match, and then me and you, sir, are going to have a little chin wag about it. So,
not a problem, sunshine.
Without further ado, here's the highlights from that match. Enjoy. A very impressive team there.
And just consider their joint age is under 30.
It's mad, isn't it? I was blown away by this. I've got to say, the second I heard Sulfruna say that word party, I knew. I had a feeling, I could feel it in my bones, that the Polish party prince was going to come out. And Jakob coming out with Walker as well, accompanying him as Strange Street partner. Hell of a tag team. And Sulfruna finally picking up a win, technically, over Summer Rain.
Yeah. Well, for now anyway, don't you think that Summer will let it lie at one apiece, will she?
I haven't heard anything from us since that night.
Well, I'll just say there was between Jakob and Sulfruna, there was that little mix, wasn't there? There was that little everything was fitting together. The cogs were together. The pair of them, the speed of the pair of them, the agility of them, and the crazy moves they pull out. That standing shooting star press from Jakob. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
That lad, every single time I see that lad in a match, he just continues to elevate himself more and more, just going one step further than the last big thing he did. And he's so athletic for his age. If he keeps his mind and his body honed like that for the next God knows how many years, he is going to go far. And I mean this very, very far. Is a lot of potential.
Yeah, strap a rocket to him. He will be joining us at Dropkick for the next show. I can announce tonight. So
Wow.
we'll tell you more about that at the weekend. But Jakob is joining us down at Dropkick a week on Sunday. Yeah, absolutely cracking. The lad has massive potential. I've met his parents, Isabella and Pavel. Really lovely people. I had a lovely chat with him. And the lad, he's focused, he listens, he's got attention, and then he thinks about it and then carries it out. Yeah. And that's what you need in a wrestler. Listen, think, and they ask questions. I always tell trainees and people who come to our school, always ask questions. Nothing's a stupid question. If you don't know the answer, ask. But this young lad, Selfrena, I've seen her at the galas this year. She's excelled. She's got a great future in front of her. But as I say, these youngsters are only young. They've got plenty of time to hone their skills, crack on. But Selfrena and young Jakob, there is sky's the limit for these two.
Yes, 100%. And we then moved on because our next match of the evening was a big match. Well, it featured a big man because we seen the return of JJ Nova to IWF as he went up against not Alan Shaw but Spidey Shaw, because of course he came in costume. He came dressed as, I think, nearly everybody's favorite superhero, Spider-Man, or at least one of the most recognizable. And what a match these two had. It was a hell of a challenge for sure. We are going to watch a few highlights, and then I know you're probably going to love to talk about this because you and Alan have a very, very close relationship from over in Dropkick. So we will watch those highlights right now. Enjoy, folks. Well, I mean, you're seeing it. Alan didn't get the pinfall victory over JJ. It was a count-out victory, but he kept JJ Nova on his toes throughout that match. It's flying here, flying there, flying everywhere. He was really like Spider-Man.
He was. He certainly needed his agility in this. Young JJ Nova, let's give him credit. This young lad is only 20 years old, and he comes a fair distance to come to IWF, and he's keen. He wants competition. At the last show, he absolutely murdered Adrenaline Kid, and we haven't seen him since. And I know you said, right, we'll get him a better opponent. And to be honest, you brought one from the top of the stack. You brought an ace out the pack, didn't you? Alan, King of the Skies. And it was all about agility, quickness versus the strength and power of Nova.
Yeah. I think Alan at some point realized, he may not be able to keep JJ Nova down for a pin. It might just be too big of a guy compared to the size of Alan Shaw. So he went for the next best thing, and he went for that count out. I think as soon as he heard 9, he thought, right, I can get back in here. I'm getting that win either way. And he got that victory over JJ. And there's a saying that people like to say, a win is a win, no matter how you get it. And I guess in this case, it's true.
It's one in the win column simply for Alan. And I know Alan, when he says, I've got JJ Nova. Oh, God. Right. All I say is, keep running. I says, the longer the match goes, Alan, the better chance you've got. You know, give JJ Nova. He's got a tank on him. He could go. He's, you know, you look at the size of him, and like he's 20 clem, but he can move. He can shift. If he catches you one of them avalanches, one of them sentons, one of them Samoan drops, anything, or a big splash, you are flat pancaked.
Yeah.
You're not going to get up from it. Alan avoided that, fortunately, but speed, agility, and his kicks and stuff just kept JJ Nova at arm's length or at feet's length anyway, kept him away from him. But no, JJ Nova should be very proud of that of that outing, and he'll be back. I'm quite sure. Will Nova, and put it this way, he will chalk up another in the win column quite soon. I'm quite sure.
See, JJ, he says he hates the Sunderland crowd, you know. But I think he secretly likes them because he keeps coming back.
Yeah, well, he's a red, isn't he? Well, is he red and white? That's the question. Is he a red or a red and white? And if I don't know for now, and he hears me saying this, he'll be absolutely spitting his cup of tea out.
Well,
you know.
We moved on from JJ Nova and Alan Shaw to our first championship match of the evening. I mean, you were there. I seen your facial expressions during this. I don't know if you saw mine, but this was a hellacious match. The Sovereign Shield Championship. Spawn defending that championship against Nate Sawyer. This match brought about last month. Spawn practically demanding the match with Nate Sawyer. And you know what? I said, yep, fair enough, but the title's going to be on the line. It was. And Colin, it was crazy. We're going to watch the highlights here and then have a little talk about it, because you and I both know something major happened during this match, and you'll see it during the highlights here. So, ladies and gentlemen, Spawn versus Nate Sawyer's highlights. Enjoy. Wow.
Well, a family affair, I would say, DJB.
Yeah, I was just shocked. I mean, Lilith came out there. I was dreadfully worried, especially because of what happened last month leading up to the match between Spawn and Nate. I mean, you know what I mean. When Lilith got kidnapped, I was panicking inside, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing smoke come from the curtain. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Whoever, they're not Persona's goons. I remember you saying that on commentary, and I'm looking myself thinking, yeah, these aren't Persona's goons. Who are these? and then we seen him. We seen Dagon, the return, and it's like all of the air in that room was sucked out, and everybody was just waiting to see what would happen. And you all saw there, absolutely mental Colin.
I tell you what, this is absolutely true. I'm sat there next to Taylor and that smokestack, and I felt a chill right through my body. You know, it's one of them that makes you wobble and stuff like that. I thought, Jesus, something's coming through there. And I thought, Lily, I'm thinking Spawn, Druids, Pandemus, and then Dagon come out, and I thought, what the flipping heck's going on here? And you saw the focus in Dagon's eye. Lilac Davy back with us. You know, Jesus, you know, absolutely great to see him. But it wasn't Nate's.
I do believe that there may be a connection issue with Colin there. Things like this happen, technical difficulties and all of that. Yeah, it was an absolutely mental moment. One that I don't think many people saw coming. And seeing Davy Lilac rip off that mask, it was just a weird feeling. It was like everything coming full circle back together. I'm sure a lot of people will know Dagon from a long time ago. What the? Oh. Hello? Hello, Dagon.
Evening.
I mean, we've just seen the highlights there. Sorry about, I don't know what's going on with Colin there. We've just seen the highlights. You coming back, getting, I'm going to say it, getting involved in Spawn's match. But we've seen the Ministry of Pandemus. It's mental to see you here in the IWF. But I've got a feeling I know why you're here tonight.
DJ.
Yes.
Have you ever been lost?
Yeah.
Not like lost in a supermarket. Lost out and about. I mean truly lost.
I don't know.
Have you ever been in the shadows knowing how great you are, but you just can't get there? You have to paint a ridiculous smile on your face just to cover how broken of a man you are. Have you ever been that lost in your own shadows that you sit back and see your family get kidnapped, get hurt? So you have to paint on a red face just to intimidate, to compensate for how much of a failure that you've become. Then I seen the light. I seen Davy. Davy, as you know, Davy Lilac is the reason I'm here. Many moons ago, a young Spawn, 13 years old, went looking for his father. And Davy summoned me to Earth to protect and to be the leader of Pandemus. And I lost who I was. More vicious, more focused, and better than ever. So the reason I've come on the rewind, not only because this is the first time I can appear live on one of the greatest promotions in the world, I want to ask you a favor. And I want you to really, Think about this. November 15th, the gauntlet. I want it, Sawyer.
So you asked me this, and I did see your message on social media, and I did say I would give you an answer tonight, and I have thought about it, and I day and night thinking in my head pros and cons. I need you to understand something first. The last time you and he were in a ring, it got bad. It got really, really, really bad. And not only do I think that it would be very unsafe for that to occur again, but I need to put my foot down, and I need to be fair, and I need to do the right thing. And Dagon, you interfered in somebody else's match last week. You interfered with Nate Sawyer's match last week against Spawn. You had no place in that match, and I'm sorry, but weighing up all of these variables, I have to tell you the answer is no. You cannot have Nate Sawyer. But I do need you to understand why. Do you understand why this cannot happen, Dagon? It's gone. Uh-oh. There's the genius. Genius is
Well, he told you there, didn't he?
he just walked off.
He told it all. Look, he's always been a protector. He's been a father. He's been that guide over Spawn and Lilith. Anything happens to them lads and lasses, he's going to be there to protect him. You know, Spawn was in the body bag. He was getting zipped up when Lilith entered the ring. Shall we say, more through bravery than probably brains, but that's her brother who saved her. So
Look,
she went in there.
I get it. I do. I get it. Family ties and all that. But at the end of the day, the match was Nate Sawyer versus Spawn. And Dagon did not have to come out there and intervene in that. Spawn wanted the match against Nate Sawyer. And I have a feeling Spawn wanted that to prove himself, to prove that he could actually do it, to get his hands on Nate for what he did to Lilith. And
Yeah,
Dagon, I mean, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have done it. He altered the end of a match. I'm sorry, but Nate Sawyer did have that match won. If it weren't for Dagon, Nate Sawyer would be Sovereign Shield champion, and I do fully believe that. I have to do what's right.
I think it's a high probability, DJB. I know when I spoke to Spawn before the match, stuff like that, he says, "Oh, got my chest with me." He says, "What the hell you got in there, sunshine?" And he opened it, and I saw the thumbtacks. I says, "It won't end well. It won't end well." And when they came out at about the 2-minute mark in the match, I thought, no. I should have probably left them till 2 minutes from the end, not 2 minutes from the beginning, because afterwards, I don't know, the half-time break, I said, "How are you feeling?" He says, "Well, my back feels like a pincushion." And I says, "And who are you going to blame for that? You know, you brought him out. You fell in him. What's the problem?" But, Spawn, his heart is bigger than his brain sometimes, and he will not relent. He will not give up. And I think it's same for Lilith. She's made of the same steel, shall we say? And of course, we all know Dagon. But the trouble is now you've told Dagon no. Now it's not just Dagon you live with now. There's Davy Lilac, there's Spawn, there's Lilith. They're a strong group. Just All I say is keep an eye on shenanigans incoming, I'm quite sure. Because Dagon doesn't like to be told what to do. And I know that. But the best part about it is...
I'm not telling him what to do. I'm telling him what he can't do, and that's face Nate Sawyer.
Yeah. So he'll take it out with somebody else. I'll tell you that now. If he can't take it out with Nate Sawyer, he'll badger you to knock the crap out of someone else. So fair enough. You give Nate Sawyer a pass, but who's going to get it?
You know what? I might just do that, at the gauntlet. At the gauntlet, I might just do that. Can't have Nate Sawyer. I might give him somebody, though. But we're not here to talk about what's going to happen at the gauntlet. We're here to talk about what happened at Reign of Terror as we move on to our next match. And it was for the Regal Duos Championships, Colin, as we saw the Z-List reuniting. I know. The Z-List, we had Jam Dog and UNG Mackie coming to IWF to take on the Detriment Hybrid and Alfie Jackson. We're going to watch a few highlights from that match, and then I am being told we will have a special guest. So, here are all the highlights from that match. Enjoy. I mean, we could talk about what happened at the end of that match, but I've got a funny feeling this guy here isn't going to waste any time in gloating about it. It is one half of your Regal Duos Tag Team Champions, the it's the Hybrid. Evening, Hybrid.
And still. Yes. So this is now the past, present, and future of wrestling that the Detriment have defeated.
All another one there, Hybrid, by the looks. Nice handful of tights there by Alfie or Jam Dog.
After a low blow. Yeah. Someone
you said
distracted
earlier on DJB, some people do what they need to win a match and get a win. Is that one rule for Alan Shaw and another rule for us? Because obviously you were the good guys.
Alan Shaw didn't cheat.
No, he didn't.
He took a coward's way out.
He won.
So
the fair way.
Thank you very much, Colin.
Within the rules. Absolutely. You were beat. You boys were beaten there. And
just like Spawn was beat. Just like Spawn was beat.
Another wonderful performance from Brian Chaplow, managing to get himself distracted.
Yeah. Look, Hybrid, you may have that belt on your shoulder. That's 3 defenses now, is it?
I've lost count.
Yeah. Your luck is going to run out.
It's not luck, Colin, it's just talent.
No,
what are you going to do? Pluck another group from your little promotion and send them our way? Because
you know what?
Smash them to bits, remember?
I'm going to give you some props here, Hybrid. That finishing move, I don't know what you call it. I like it. It's devastating.
I've named it after one of my favourite ice lollies, the Twister.
Yeah, you are a Twister Hybrid.
Yeah.
You twist the meanings and the sport by your shenanigans and your best mate, Alfie Jackson. You know, you two, I can't believe you've still got them titles. Well, fair enough.
we do.
You'll
and we're
no
representing
doubt
them,
do
so
your little show and get yourself top of the league table again. And every time, shenanigans.
maybe if your boys had a bit more talent, Colin, then they might be at the top of the leaderboard.
Look, the clock is ticking, Hybrid.
I need to.
I know it's going to happen.
Listen, Colin, you should know by now the detriment defending their titles is inevitable in IWF.
We'll see.
Defending, yes. Successfully defending. We'll see.
DJB, you can say what you want. We're there every month representing the company. Every month. We're not getting plucked from Dropkick or we're not getting plucked from Scotland. We're representing your company and we're defending these every show.
Right.
So I don't want to hear anything about shenanigans. I don't want to hear anything about shenanigans, not deserving to have these titles, because every show we're proving you wrong.
Okay.
By any means necessary.
Well,
if we get to keep these, I don't care what we need to do.
Well,
look, I haven't decided what's next for you. Okay. What I would like to ask you is, though, are you planning on doing your little power rankings thing?
What, sorry? I actually missed that.
You know that power rankings thing that you and Alfie like to do? Do we have to watch one of them again anytime soon?
Yes, because I believe that show actually got more views than the Rewind does. So yes, we will be doing a sentiment of a detriment on Monday.
Don't think you're statistically correct there, but okay, whatever makes you feel better.
It's definitely a more entertaining show.
Questionable. Hybrid, champ, before we let you go, is there anything that you would like to say to either of us or anyone out there?
Yeah, if you're from Sunderland, you're a scumbag. And to you guys, if you want to take these titles from us, you're going to have to make it like a 10 versus 2, 12 versus 2 match. Because quite frankly, we're not going anywhere. We've beat everyone you've put in front of us. We are single-handedly probably the greatest tag team in the Northeast. I'm going as far as saying that. Never mind IWF. I think you'll have to stretch out a little bit further than Scotland this time.
All right.
Magic words. Pride before a fall. Pride before a fall, Hybrid.
If you interrupt us again, Colin, I'm going to slap the headset clean off your face.
Yeah.
You are not going to touch a member of our staff. Okay?
I think this is a get out of jail free card, isn't it?
I don't think this isn't Monopoly, bruv. Right? Hybrid, thank you very much for joining us here tonight. And I'm sure we'll be finding out very soon just who you guys will be defending against next, okay?
Well, thank you very much for having us.
Okay.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
We'll try. Thank you very much, Hybrid. I'm very confident, isn't he, Hybrid?
Pride before a fall, DJB. Overconfidence. He's relying on his best mate, Alfie Jackson. You know, I don't think he can tie shoelaces, get Alfie Jackson.
Does he have Velcro on his wrestling boots?
That's why he can't tie shoelaces.
Well, after that, we do move on to our next match of the evening, which was we've seen this come about. I do believe after a dropkick show, these two met up against each other, and they thought, why not? I know Flashback was looking for a big challenge, and well, who bigger than Big Mick? What a match this was. We're going to watch a few of the highlights from the match, and then I'm being told again we do have a special guest. So enjoy the highlights from Big Mick taking on Johnny Flashback. Enjoy. Congratulations to Johnny Flashback, who, ladies and gentlemen, is joining us at this time. Here he is, folks. The power of love is on the screen. Johnny Flashback, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Especially I've seen those highlights again. Me flying through the sky, but was also a bit painful to relive some of those memories, especially that fall away slam. My hip still isn't right from that.
Yeah.
He's a big lad, Big Mick, but you wanted a big challenge, and that's what you got, and you overcame it.
I mean, this is what I was asking for. I want the competition to be massive, and it was. It was Big Mick. I just want to prove to you, to the fans, to IWF, that I am a contender, and to once again get a shot at Persona.
You definitely proved that. We had a conversation later on that night. You asked me, and well, we all know what's happening. The poll is on the page, and we are going to find out later on about that triple threat match. But Colin, you know both of them, both Big Mick and Johnny, very well. What were your thoughts on this match?
It was always David versus Goliath, and I know that Big Mick and Simon Money, Big Money, when these two get in the ring, they cause terrific havoc. Big Mick, if you didn't know, just come back from a tour in China with Valor, his trading company up in Scotland. Told me about his trip up there and stuff like that. For anyone who gets the opportunity to visit abroad, to one, wrestle and two, train, fantastic. I know Mick was telling me a great time he had. There's one thing about Mick, he'll always sit down and have a chat with you, and he just keeps talking about wrestling. He's impassioned. He's just loves it. And anything you put in front of him, he'll battle them. I remember when he fought Joel Cobra a few months ago, and he's killing big horses. And when I knew Johnny was in against him, I thought, well, speed and quickness of Johnny, but if Big Mick catches you, you know you're going to be in trouble. But you avoided him. You did everything right, and you deserved the win. But yeah, you've got another step in front of you now, though, Johnny, and well deserved.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Colin.
Big Mick, Shirley, I think that's the biggest person I've seen you face off against, Johnny, and I've seen you face off against quite a few people now over the years. Would you do it again?
Oh, definitely. I've had my handfuls over the years. Probably even some bigger than Big Mick. Tim Strange, what a big lad he is. Asylum. I've went against all these big lads. Always give my best, and always, you know, I'm willing to fight. I'm willing to fight for my place.
All right. Well, this is usually the part where. Oh, Colin, go ahead.
The number one thing with Johnny, his strategy was perfect. He had to get Big Mick down to at least a knee. Had to get him down. He had to get him to the ground because, even trying to pin him at the strength of this guy, and he is a blooming mountain. He can power lift and lift. He could lift a car up. Could Big Mick? But your strategy, 100% worked. Well done.
I mean, absolutely. I knew. Sorry, at the back of my mind, I knew I had to hit that McFlying elbow to keep his shoulders to the ground. It's the only thing I had that was going to do that, and then I nailed it.
You did.
That's what we've seen throughout the match. We've seen you strategically wearing them down, and I think it started with that first drop kick to the knee. That's how I thought, right, Johnny's going for the legs here. He's going to take the big man down, and the power of love overcame Big Mick here. Usually this is where I would say it. Have you got any final words to say to the fans or to us? But Johnny, I would like you to remain on the show for a little bit longer, because our next match was Johnny Thunder taking on Persona for the championship. And of course, there may be a triple threat match, depending on how the poll goes. I'm going to be checking that as we're watching the highlights. Would you mind staying on?
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if you haven't voted yet, get voting. Vote for the triple threat.
You've got seconds, if that. I will be checking the poll during these highlights. So our next match was for the IWF Championship. Persona defending against Johnny Thunder. I made the rule for no detriment at ringside, no goons, no faceless goons. I even brought in another referee to make sure there was no shenanigans on the outside. And as you can tell by my co-host's look on his face, shenanigans still ensued. And well, here's the highlights from that championship match. Enjoy. Wow. Look, I don't know what happened. Persona must have paid the other referee off, or he's promised him something. He's pulled a blinder. He has. I don't know how else to phrase it. He's pulled a proper blinder there. And still, your IWF champion, unfortunately, is Persona. But, well, you know, I'm not going to get into it.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you?
What are you going to say, genius?
Well, you brought him. You brought that referee, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. As I would say, it's a rule 2, that is. That is a rule 2. Consequences. You were given an official role, an official title in the match to count to 3. Now, normally, 1, 2, 3. That is the quickest 3 count I have ever seen. And admittedly, when Johnny Thunder got the pin, it wasn't 3. Persona had got out of it before the 3. But as soon as Persona hooked anything into Thunder, ding, 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 done and dusted. That referee will get retribution. And I'm sure you're dreaming up what's going to happen to the little pillock.
I did try and grab him. I don't know if you noticed. I tried to grab. He just scorpied. He's fast. He scorpied through that curtain.
I must say, you know, you got to give some credit to Persona because, you know, I've been in the ring with him and he is a good wrestler and he's tough. He did kick out of that amazing flatliner by Johnny Thunder, the amazing snap German suplex, kicked out of both of those. But I know fine well, if there was a referee in the ring and Johnny hit that Shining Wizard, that would have been a new champion right then and there.
Yeah. Should have been.
I know.
Should have been.
Yeah. Brian's ring placement needs to get a little bit better. Yet again, ending up in a corner, flat as a pancake, double boots from Persona. Is this the second show in a row? He's got mashed. Yeah. Yeah.
He can get distracted. For certain.
You know what Walker said about guest referee?
I thought about it, but no. Walker can't be a guest referee, especially in the match he was on about earlier on. Not a chance.
As much as I hate to say it, I know Walker can't be impartial if he was the referee in that match.
Yeah, but I'd love to see him just punch Persona's face in and then leave it to you two to
Wouldn't we all? Wouldn't we all?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I am less than impartial at the best of times. So, I know Persona's the GOAT. He is the number one. He's held onto that belt since first show. And he does it. He has skill. He has poise, and he's got an amazing balance and a set of moves. Johnny, you were unlucky. Thunder was unlucky. Dagon was unlucky at the first show. But don't worry, I'm sure he'll get his comeuppance, won't he, DJB?
Well, one can only hope, Colin. Just want to.
When you smile like that, you're up to mischief.
Whoa!
You're up to mischief.
Look, it's no secret that me and Persona have had our differences over recent weeks. It did come to a head, kind of, maybe a little. Okay, more than a little.
What I told you before, DJB, about getting in the ring. Are you a wrestler?
No.
If you go in that ring and there's a wrestler in there, what's the wrestler going to do?
Right.
Kick 7 bells of crap out of you.
Just so people know what Colin is referring to, this is what happened right after the IWF Championship match.
Oh dear.
If he isn't on the first hero, I'm going to flip it from.
More like Dr. Doolittle.
Dr. Do fuck all.
Yeah. Can't say about it.
Red card.
1 second.
The red card. Oh, it looks like the general manager is now getting in the grill. DJB, you need to get out of there sometime.
The thing is, DJB, you can stack to death all you want against Persona, but you don't bet against the goal.
Is the general manager not to blame for this? Hey? It's an admirable question to ask.
What do you think sometimes? Oh dear, you get as angry as you want, DJB.
Uh-oh.
You made the rule.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Someone get in there.
Ryan, get in there! Shall I go help?
No, you're a commentator, Alan. Persona's kicking none out of him. Well, you don't put your hands on a wrestler. And Persona's told him that ever since the first show.
Stop him, man!
Calm down. Brian's got this under control. I think Rule 2 is going to apply here. Consequences. I think we're looking for medical attention now. But DJB,
You always cross the damn lane, you!
he may have crossed the...
Right, okay. Colin, you are right. Consequences. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a general manager. And look, I don't want to make excuses, but I got in there as soon as Thunder was out of that ring. You said it. I saw red. There was just that red mask come over me. I remembered everything that man said about my family, and well, I snapped. Okay, and I made a very, very bad judgment call, and consequences. I own up to it. Okay. I mean, we learn from our mistakes. Surely I won't be doing that again anytime soon.
Will you?
I'll try not to. Okay, I mean, I get emotional.
Yeah, it's not about getting emotional. It's staying rational. Because every time he winds you up and gets you out of your rationality, he wins. And he provoked you, and you were the first one to put hands on the champion. You did, head to head, got next to him, then you pushed him over. And at that point, he snapped.
Oh boy, did it feel good to push him over, though.
That's not the point.
I know it's not the point. It was a lapse in judgment. It was a very, very momentary, unprofessional act. and it will not happen again.
Let's hope it's a teachable moment.
It is. It is. And I do see Flashback sitting there ever so patiently. I have checked the poll, and regarding the match that both you and Thunder wanted, I gave you a triple threat match. The board, well, they got complaints. A poll went out on the page to find out if this match should go ahead or not. And I can reveal to you all that on the 15th of November at the Gauntlet, the match will go ahead as scheduled. You all want to see it. It will be Johnny Flashback, Johnny Thunder, and Persona in a triple threat match for the IWF Championship.
Excellent news. Man, the IWF fans, they know what they want to see. They know what's right. DJB, I know your heart was in the right place from what you did with Persona, and I know you've kind of regretted it since, but, you know, let us handle it. Let Johnny Flashback handle it. Let Johnny Thunder handle Persona. We can teach him a lesson, and then, you know, after that, may the best man win.
Yeah, you are right. You are right, and I am going to leave it to you guys. I'm hoping for the best outcome here. I really am. I don't want people to think I've made this match out of haste or anything, out of hatred to Persona. No, you do deserve this match. You really do, and so does Thunder. Thunder was rightfully he was right screwed out of that title. So it is only fair that you two both get that shot. The fact that you two are really good friends and tag team partners has nothing to do with it.
To be honest, the way I see it, it makes it two men I need to beat, two very good wrestlers I need to beat, and I'm sure Johnny Thunder feels exactly the same. This is not about Thunder Flash as a tag team. This is about three single stars going for the biggest prize in IWF.
You are
You've
100%
stacked the
right.
deck. You've stacked the deck, haven't you, DJB? You have stacked the deck. Thunder Flash, tag team versus Persona. But you better make sure you win, Johnny. Either you got to make sure you win. Because if you two don't beat him, how's he going to gloat? He will be terrible. I know you two. You've got the heart. You two got the power, the strength, and of course, your friendship. One, get rid of the enemy. Two, fight it out between yourselves. If he gets up, keep him down. That's the only way you're going to win him, because he's a sneaky little fecker, his Persona. But he is a champion for one reason. He's a goat.
Sounds like a goat at times. Best in the world. Best in the world. So, Johnny, thank you very much for joining us chat tonight and sticking around. Is there anything you'd like to say to either of us or to the fans out there or to your future opponents that we now know will be Johnny Thunder and Persona?
Obviously, I'll just say that Colin kind of did say it with Thunder Flash versus Persona, but you do have to remember it is a triple threat match. And as I said, I need to beat Johnny Thunder just as much as I need to beat Persona. They're equal important to me, to Johnny Thunder, I'm sure, as well. So this is just going to be a hell of a match.
I cannot wait. I'm sure Colin cannot wait to commentate that match as well.
Looking forward to it immensely.
Oh, yes. Well, Flashback, thank you very much again for joining us, and we will see you on the 15th for that triple threat.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Hello, Johnny. Well,
What a very humble man Flashback is.
Oh, lovely guy to work with. Absolutely. Heart and soul of any company is Johnny. He gets his head down. Good to listen to for advice. Always with youngsters and stuff like that, giving them advice and little tips. And I've seen trainees and youngsters go to him, ask an opinion, and he'll tell them straight, and he'll tell them right. And a lot of time for Johnny Flashback, absolutely. But
very wise.
You've got Persona. Now looking behind him at the two Johnnies coming for him, and yeah, cracking, absolutely cracking. And we've got Ewan and Spawn, haven't we? That was all
Yeah.
set up.
Yes,
So-
Sovereign Shield Championship. That would be a banger. Ho ho, yes.
Yeah,
We do have
see this.
we have one more match from Reign of Terror, and
do.
it was a very, very special match. Now, what I'm doing here is something a little different. Usually, I'd have highlights from the match. However, I'd like to inform you all that the full St. Benedict's Rumble match is available on our Patreon right now for a very low price of £3. And every time you buy it, well, you've only got to buy it once, but everyone who buys it, that £3 will then be donated to St. Benedict's Hospice. So instead of showing highlight reels, what I've done is I've made my own little version of the song for St. Benedict's, Sunflower, and I've strung together just a montage of images from the Rumble. If you want to go and donate to St. Benedict's, either through their page directly or through going to buy the Rumble match, I'm sure we would be absolutely thrilled. So we're going to watch this video now. We've got a few minutes. Please enjoy the song as well. And then I am being told we have one more special guest for this evening. So we will get them on after this. Please enjoy, folks.
Needless to say, I'm keeping a check. She was all bad, but nevertheless, calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crashing my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm keeping a check. She was all bad, but nevertheless, calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming in my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big yellow, now I'm felt. Looking at you sideways, honey, on tilt. Ooh, something just came with you. You wanna ride me like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stop by you. You're the sunflower. I think your love will be too much. Then you'll be left in the dust, unless I stop by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower. Every time I'm leaving on you, you make it easy. No, no. Wish I could be there for you. Give me a reason to. Every time I walk in now, I can hear you telling me to turn around. Waiting for my trust and you won't back down. Even if we gotta risk it all right now. I know I'm gonna be alone. You don't wanna be alone. And I know I always come and go, but it's out of my control. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stop by you. You're the sunflower. I think your love will be too much. You'll be left in the dust, unless I stop by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower.
And joining us at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it is your 2025 St. Benedict's Rumble winner, the Banshee Lilith.
Hi,
How are you doing, Lilith?
I'm good.
I see you've got your medal and your trophy there. Very, very well earned. We all know how special St. Benedict's is to not only everybody, but to you as well personally. This was not only that, but this was your IWF debut as well, and you were in that ring with some of the very best talent you could think of, and you came out on top. How are you feeling?
I mean, I'm buzzing. Like, my biggest motivation in wrestling right now is my nana, because she's always been there since day one. She's always cheered us on. She's always told me that I can do this. So I've done this especially for her.
Very special indeed. Colin, I know you're very close to the Lilac family. You must have been feeling all sorts of emotions when you seen Persona go flying over that top rope.
There was tears in my eyes. Absolutely. I thought when Persona had in that headlock, I thought she's done for here, but she's got a little bit more fighting spirit than we think as this young whippersnapper. And when you pull the moves out, he was overconfident, was Persona. You surprised him. He wasn't expecting it, but you did it on your own. And that's the main. Dad had gone. Spawn was out. I did say to Spawn this week, how's your sister? He says, still on cloud nine. I says, is she becoming insufferable? And he goes, she always is. So I says, but she's got a big smile on her face this week. Yeah, she's never stopped smiling. And I know when you went to see Nana with the sunflower and the cook, tell us about that, Lily.
So basically, I let her watch it, and every single conversation we had, she couldn't stop mentioning it, and she was just really proud of us.
I mean,
Hey, she's not the only one that's really proud of you. We're all proud of you, and to have a heck of a debut like this is phenomenal.
yeah, it really is. And just think of it this way, Lilith, you eliminated the IWF champion, the GOAT of IWF, the best in the world apparently, and you beat him. That's a tremendous feat.
Look, the only way now is onwards. You've got that victory. You've got that cup. No one can take that cup off you. And that sunflower, you look at every day, and that'll remind you of all the hours of training, all the hours of listening, all the hours of saying, I can't do that because I know you like that. I can't do that. But then you started to believe in yourself. The trainers believed in you. Your family believed in you. Everyone believed in you. And as soon as Persona went over that top rope, I know Alan, he was away with the fairies, And I was just sat there, and there was tears rolling down my face, over the moon for your sunshine.
I know when I first seen that list of Rumble entrants, and I seen the name Lilith on it, I was apprehensive at first. I was like, "Oh, is this?" I seen exactly where you were coming out as well. I thought, "Oh, is this going to be good for Lilith? I mean, she might get seriously hurt." Yeah, I am so glad it got signed off on, and I'm so glad that you went out there. You proved a lot of people wrong. A lot of people who thought she's just a little girl. No, you're a badass, Lilith. You are. And I've got another question as well. If we do this again, will we see Lilith back to try and go for the 2? Yeah.
Definitely.
Ooh, that would be cool. I'd like to see that.
It would be canny.
It really would. It really would. So, Lilith, this is the time when I say thank you very much for coming on. Is there anything you'd like to say to either of us, your fans, or anybody out there?
I'd just like to say, honestly, thank you to everyone that's been supporting us.
And that's a lot of people. Her blood is lilac. 100%.
And can we just say, let's just tell you, you raised neckhead of 400 quid. for St Benedict's as well, from the collections on the evening, and that's down to the persistence of all of you and get people digging deep, and that will make a difference to someone in palliative care when looking forward. There's a lot of dark clouds. It's just to make their day as comfortable as possible. Thanks to everyone at St Benedict's.
Yeah, 100%. Lilith, thank you very much for joining us here on the Rewind, and we will see you hopefully at the next show on the 15th. Have a good night, Lilith.
Bye.
Congrats again. Bye. That lass is going for. Cheers.
When you look at the youngsters in IWF coming forward, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of spirit, there's a lot of buzz about it, to be honest. And these youngsters, the only way they get better is 1, being in a ring, 2, in front of people, and 3, that's the only way you're going to learn. You can train as long as you want until you get in that ring competing. Sometimes you won't win, but don't look at it as a loss. Turn it as a learning moment. It's very simple. I remember people I've seen come from nowhere to standing on top of the mountains, and she stood on one top of a great mountain. She's got the cup, she's got the sunflower, over the moon for a DJB.
Absolute hell of a mountain she climbed, and again, so many people proud of Lilith, our family, the friends, everyone at IWF. And I don't know if you noticed this, Colin, but on his way out through the curtain, Persona turned back around and he applauded Lilith. And you know what, Persona, for that, my hat is off to you. That was a tremendous show of respect and sportsmanship towards Lilith there. What more can I say?
You can live on your winnings, but now that is a platform for her to grow. She's only young, she's got plenty of years to train, improve, get better, get your moves sorted, get your sets sorted. Good luck to her. And she's got great family around her. Spawn will certainly give her advice. Dager will give her advice. Davy Lilac, wow. I'm sure he'll be telling stories more than likely will Davy. But, yeah,
So,
it depends what time of day it is, isn't it? Probably 6:57 by now, isn't it? We know where he's gone.
Well, folks, that was Reign of Terror. A tremendous show, and it is now available on the IWF Patreon. You can go and watch it all in full. You can listen to Colin and Taylor's commentary. Trust me, it is worth it. You will love every second of it. But we stop looking to the past for a second, and it's time to look to the future, because coming up in a few weeks' time, Colin, we have
the Gauntlet.
Yeah, I just say as well, I absolutely love that poster design. It wasn't made by me. It's so good. I'm a big comic book fan, so mwah, chef's kiss.
It reminds me so much of a company in Scotland, SWE, do these type of posters, and they're absolutely fantastic. And it's just something different. It's eye-catching. It's colourful.
Yes.
And yeah, it's cracking. Absolutely. So come on then. Tell us more about the Gauntlet, Sunshine.
Gauntlet, 15th of November, folks, at Chasbar, the home of IWF in Sunderland. Doors are open at 6. Adult tickets are £10, children £5. Contact us on the IWF Facebook page and book your tickets right now. You can do it right now. Just we'll get the message. But of course, we know there is going to be a gauntlet match. There was a post that was put out earlier today by the IWF explaining the gauntlet match, and the winner of the gauntlet will be able to face any champion they want at any time they want, as long as it's on an IWF show and in the ring. All the gauntlet holder will have to do is throw down the gauntlet in front of the champion, and the match will commence. We will see the gauntlet match at this upcoming show, and it will be a fatal 4-way elimination match. People were wondering how are we going to decide which wrestlers are going to be in the match. So the board have turned around and says they've chosen 4 people who will pick 4 wrestlers to compete in that match. The IWF board will pick 1 wrestler. Persona, for some reason, will pick another wrestler. Colin, you will pick a wrestler, and I will pick a wrestler. And those 4 will compete in a fatal 4-way for the gauntlet. Ooh. So, who you picking?
Very easy for me. Absolutely. He had a win at the last show. He is the king of the skies. My pick, Alan Shaw.
I honestly thought you were going to say, I'm not telling you. Alan Shaw, wow. Big news. I mean, the first competitor in the gauntlet's just been revealed. Alan Shaw. Yes. Oh, wow. Do you want to know who I'm
He
picking?
deserves it. Go on then, tell us.
I'm not telling you.
Feel like
I'm keeping that one close to my chest.
Hey, look, if anyone knows that Alan Shaw's in that match, beware. He can come at you from any angle, feet or fists. Be careful. Alan, I'm sure, is going to win this gauntlet, and he's going to throw that gauntlet down at any champion's feet, and he's going to take a title very soon. Hey, this lad deserves it. That triple threat with Johnny Thunder and Spawn, 5-star. Absolutely. Yeah. He's beaten everyone you put in front of him. You look at Nova. You look at what he's done this year. He's absolutely, he's top tier, is that lad. He is absolutely the cream of the cream. And, I have no hesitation in putting Alan Shaw forward for my pick for the gauntlet.
All right. Well, there's one pick. I'm not telling you mine. Question is, who's Persona and who's the board going to pick? That's the thing. No, Persona, I don't know, because he doesn't have that many friends, really. But the board could literally pick anyone. And that's what I'm worried about.
Don't worry what you can't affect. You put into your plan who you think would best, if they achieve a win at the gauntlet, can then put pressure on a champion. I've chosen someone who I think has got a realistic chance. DJB, be careful with your thought. Think who you think can win it. Rock on. Think about it. You've got 3 weeks to think about it.
Yeah.
Tell them on the night. Yeah, tell them on the night.
We'll see.
It's up to you. My cards are on the table, DJB. Alan Shaw. King of the skies.
Right, you heard it here first, folks. Alan Shaw, the first participant in the gauntlet match, revealed. I'm sure we'll find out in the coming weeks who the others are. But for now, Colin, we have reached the end of our show. It's time for final thoughts. So is there anything you would like to say to anybody about anything?
Final thoughts for me tonight. Thank you, DJB, for having me on the show, and especially to my colleague Taylor, who's like a box of ferrets at times. He cannot keep still, ants in his pants. He's a bit potty mouthed now and again, but that's part of life's rich tapestry and the enjoyment of 1, the show, and 2, wrestling. I always have a great time. I want to go and sit next to Taylor, or I'll sat next to you, and it's a ball to watch. Thanks for inviting me. Thanks for being part of IWF.
Thank you for coming on as well. Folks, thank all of you, not only for watching this here tonight, those of you who donated, those of you who continue to support IWF, Dropkick, Wrestling with Pride, all of the other promotions around that. We love to bring you content from. Without you, there is no us. I say that a lot, but it doesn't make it any less true. Without you, there is no us. So once again, thank you very, very much. The Empire will continue to reign. And we will see you next time for another rewind. Actually, we'll see you on the 15th for the Gauntlet. Make sure to get your tickets as soon as possible. Reserve your seats. See you next time, folks. Good night.
Empire reigns.